This is the book of Micah, chapter 6, verse 12. For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Micah, chapter 6, verse 12, is I came across this article today, and I read the headlines and reminded me of Micah, chapter 6, verse 12, because how did this happen? Why did this happen? Because the rulers of this world wanted it to happen, okay? And when we say the rulers of this world, we're talking about the international bankers, okay? Which are the biblical Edomites, okay? Starting with the tribe of Amalek, all right? A descendant of Esau, Edom. And Amalek are who? The JJs, the 1948ers, the small hats, okay? They're the ones that allowed this to happen, that wanted it to happen, okay? So they can make money and so they can kill off a lot of people, okay? All right? That's why this fentanyl thing is being pushed so hard because, all right, it kills off a lot of people while they profit off of it, okay? And the fact that the government knew about this, allowed this to happen, all right, just confirms that, this is a wicked society, this is a wicked kingdom, all right? And then the average citizen, they're so caught up, okay, in the illusion that they're willing to lie to each other and say that, the DEA and various other government institutions is good for society, okay? Even though they're the ones allowing you to be drugged up, okay, and turning a blind eye from your destruction, okay? DEA. I mean, I was like, nah, man, this is we at the end, all right? This kingdom is on its way out, all right? America has to be destroyed. DEA, you know what DEA stands for? Drug Enforcement Agency. Sat back and watched. Oh, man. Sat back and watched as fentanyl flooded New Mexico. And this is according to the Associated Press. Russia Today is just reporting what the Associated Press, all right, found out, all right, because the source came from the Associated Press, so they're the ones that did the legwork, that did the investigation. The agency deliberately allowed some shipments of illegal deadly drugs. Shipments, okay, we're talking about millions, okay, of what they call, what is it? Millions of what? How much did they say? 1.8 million pills, okay? And this is what they can reveal. They said millions of pills go unseized during a separate multi-state probe last year, okay? Millions of pills, all right? Shipments of illegal deadly drugs to go through to build bigger cases, quote unquote, the outlet says. Right, and this is all lies, man. They were told to stand down because, again, all right, the rich men are full of violence, all right? They want to kill off people while they profit, while they make money, just like war, okay? All right? Let's go to the word violence. The Hebrew word is Hamas, right? Hamas. Where is the yeah, just to show you, get some Hebrew. This is a Cha, Chaa. This is a Ma, see right here, and this is a Sa. So it's Hamas. That's the Hebrew way of saying violence. Okay. Look, Hamas. All right. Now you know that Hamas was created by the JJs, the 1948ers, the small hats. Okay. That's all been proven. Violence, wrong, cruelty, injustice. This is what these international bankers, which are the biblical Edomites, all right, start with them JJs in 1948, the small hats, all right, the tribe of Amalek, are into. They're into doing this, okay? Injustice, all right? Oh, by the way, okay, you know where these drugs went to, all right, to the poor communities, okay? All right? We poison our community to make cases. This is why I'm doing this lesson, because clearly, man, all right, this was done on purpose to make money and to kill off a lot of people. DEA Special Agent David Howell told the outlet, adding that the agency's approach, quote, 100% got people killed. Howell, who filed a whistleblower complaint on the issue, described the tactic as, "We did nothing but sit back and watch." Right? Okay. They saw the destruction of their neighbors and their neighborhood. Okay. That's why this is a wicked kingdom. That's why when we call for, all right, this place to be destroyed, we have a valid point. Okay. America has to be destroyed, and it will be destroyed through nuclear fire. That's why, all right, this whole conflict in the so-called Middle East is not going away. All right. It's just the beginning. All right, we're in the beginning of World War III. Okay, this place has to go out in fire because it's ruled in wickedness. This place is evil. All right. Isaiah chapter 47 verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thy heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, nor shall I know the loss of children. Right, this is referring to Babylon the Great America. Okay? These people here don't think that this place is going to be judged for all its wickedness, for all its evil, for all its injustice. Okay? All right? They're just telling themselves, yeah, things are bad, but guess what? All right? At the end of the day, not in my lifetime, all right? Because in their mind, they think this is going to continue to go on, and that's it. Hey, you people are in for a rude awakening that are dwelling here in America, all right? 9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and one day, the loss of children and widowhood, right? All right, and you Edomites, you're about to lose a lot of your population, all right? You think fentanyl is doing a bang-up job? No. Okay, that's all right. More is coming. Okay, more pain is coming to your population. Because this World War III, man. All right, get ready for that draft. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. Right, and when you go into the word sorceries, all right, the Hebrew word is what? The Hebrew word is, excuse me. Let's get some Hebrew. I'm trying to get the image. Here we go, right? This is a ka, all right? Not to be confused with ka, all right? This is a ka. This is a sha, right? Okay? And this is a pa, all right? So here's the ka. Here's the sha, All right, here's the pa, right there. You see, at the end, kashap, which means sorcery, witchcraft, right? Sorcery and witchcraft are associated with, all right, drugs, poison. This is why in the book of Revelation, now I'll bring it out, where it says in Revelation chapter 21, I'll start at 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, right? And this is the elect, all right? That's why you're supposed to focus on the kingdom, salvation, all right? Don't look back into this world, all right? This world is done, all right? America's finished, man, all right? And the elect, all right, they're going to overcome. Revelation chapter 21 verse 7, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, right? The kingdom of heavens, immortality, all right? Living in a righteous kingdom where you don't have to worry about, all right, drugs being put into your neighborhood and community. And I will be his power, and he shall be my son, right? And this is pertaining to the Israelites, by the way, okay? Because who is the son that the Lord is referring to in Revelation? Well, let's get it. Okay. Bring it out. Let me do it this way. Bear me one moment. I know it's in Exodus. I thought I spelt it together. Yeah, I know it's together. It's firstborn. Okay, let me do it this way. My firstborn. Yep, here it is. Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Israel, is my son, is my firstborn. Okay? So that's how we know, all right, who's the Lord's son is. Israel. Okay? Verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers. See that sorcerers, go back into the word sorcerers. This is where you get the word pharmakia, okay, a drug, spell giving, okay, and idolaters and all liars, right? America's going to go on forever and ever. We have the strongest military. What's it called? You're not in my lifetime. This is what Jake is saying. Shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death, right? And the lake of fire is America, Babylon the Great. Okay, so this should move you with fear to our people. All right, this place is gonna get lit up, man, with fire because of all this. All right, we poison our community and make cases. Like, this is nasty work. Okay, this place gotta go. So continuing on, Isaiah chapter 47 verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Right. All right. And that's how you know these devils have gotten so proud. All right. Because they've been doing this for so long. All right. But however, they couldn't account for the spirit. All right. Because now the Lord is putting that, what's it called? Has, lifted up the skirts or pulled back the veil, okay, on these devils, Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am and none else beside me. Right. Okay, that's the pride of these devils. And when I say devils, these Edomites, these so-called white people, starting with the international bankers. Okay. 11. Therefore evil shall come upon thee, thou shalt not know from hence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Right. Okay, it's going to catch these clowns, okay, in a big shock and awe. All right, because they're moving as if this place ain't going down. It's going to catch them unawares. Nahum chapter 3 verse 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the welfare harlot, all right, it's talking about America, the mischief of witchcrafts, the pharmakia, the drugs, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. 5. Behold, I'm against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. Right, and we're in a time of revealing. And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Yeah, this is a shame to America. Okay? And all the world sees it. This place is one big joke. 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. Right. Let's just say in NOT, I will cover you with filth and show the world how vile you really are. If you can't see that America's, okay, a vile nation, all right, and this is the Lord revealing it, all right, there's something wrong with you. And you got to go down with this place. You got to be put down. I will throw filth on you and make you vile and treat you with contempt and set you up as a spectacle. And this place is a spectacle, man. All right. 7. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Right. And this is code word for America. America's likened to Nineveh. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I see comforters to thee? 8. Art thou better than Populus? No. That was situated among the rivers, that had the waters round about it, whose rampart was the sea, and her wall was from the sea. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, so hey, this place is about to be judged. Yeah, that's it, man. Again, these rich people, all right, and when we say these rich people, we're talking about these Edomites, all right, they're full of violence, okay, and the average person just lies to themselves, thinking that these institutions are for their best interests. It's not, all right, and that's why this place has to go, all right. That's why it says in Sirach, in the chapter 10, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Right, because this place is not profitable. This place is nothing but death. Okay, because you have an unwise rulership. Well, look in the 3rd verse, an unwise king destroyeth his people. You clearly see, all right, the kings, all right, the rulers of this world are unwise. They're destroying their own people, their own what's it called, servants. But the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Right, and that's why we need the kingdom of heaven, because, all right, when the Israelites are ruling, when Yahushua, who inly calls Jesus, all right, and his 144,000, okay, Israelite men, the government body, 12,000 from each tribe, okay, are the ones in authority. All right, the city is going to flourish. All right, even all right, our slaves, these heathens, which really they are our slaves. They are our inheritance. Okay, they're not gonna have to worry about drugs in their community. Okay, fentanyl. All right, because all right, the kingdom of heaven is righteous, and that's why when the scriptures say that this is a wise nation, all right, it's gonna be proof when it says in what is it, Deuteronomy 4. Yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess. Right? And we're going to possess the land that was given to us, all right, by the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right, the God of Israel, the Holy Land. That's our land. And you devils and you gutter rats, you're about to be removed. Okay? That's why we can't wait till this World War III, all right, gets bigger and louder, man. And it goes nuclear. 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. You see, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Right? The heathens are going to rejoice when we're in power. All right? Because they're not going to have to worry about fentanyl in their community and their kids and their babies dying from drug overdose. Okay? Remember, it's the rich people that are keeping the drug trade alive. It's these Edomites, these so-called white people, starting with the international bankers that are keeping the drug business alive. That is a fact. All right? Who can afford shipments, large shipments, okay? Large amounts of, okay, drugs? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. It's a fact. It's a fact. Okay? But yet they want to make the so-called black and Hispanic man the face of drugs. It's a total fucking lie. All right? The face of drugs has always been the so-called white man. And again, when the scriptures say, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth. All right? Because the average citizen in America really thinks that the big drug dealer is a so-called black and Hispanic man, which is, okay, total fucking lie. It's always been the so-called white man. All right? That's the reason why the Lord is going to destroy this place. All right? The government is involved in the drug trade. Who controls the government? So-called white man, Esau, Edom. That's why we can't wait till America gets judged. All right? And that's why we can't wait till the Lord, all right, starts to destroy you people. Because you're just full of lies and wickedness. You just need to be put down. You're animals. All right? So, Lord willing, this let's edify. I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it going. Keep the faith. Keep pushing, keep fighting, man. Keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostle elders as they get up in age. Pray for their health and longevity. For the few sisters that are watching, keep studying. When you pray, Chad, cover. We're almost out of here, man. Just keep pushing. Hold on. We know this place is done. This place is finished. America's on its way out. The Lord's going to destroy this place. We know. We can see it. We can see it. All right. Shalom. And as the apostle elders always say, on to the next one.